Hey everyone, welcome to today's episode of Aussie Garage. Today we're back at American Auto Parts for the last time, and we're checking out Mr. Mustang's personal ride, his 66 Mustang. Now just before we jump into the Mustang, the guys sat down and had a little bit of a reminisce about their favourite moments over the last 50 years of being in business and being Mustang fanatics. Also, don't forget, winter's coming on. We've got long sleeve tees and our hoodies back in stock, so jump on the website and check it out. Alright, so you guys just wanted to share a couple of your memorable moments from the last 50 odd years?
Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Dan. Yeah. So it's been a great journey, hasn't it, Dad?
It sure has.
Over the last 50 years, and we're just going to touch on a few moments. And I just want to say that the buying of the Mustangs and working on them and restoring them with you has been a great hobby that you've introduced to me from a young boy, and that's been a great thing in itself. You know, father son to be able to do that. And I've learned a lot from it, and it's been a great hobby. And some people play sport and do things, but decided to do the Mustangs and fix things. That's led me to become a mechanic, and it's been great to be able to do it with my dad. You know, it's been great. Yeah. The other memorable moment is remember in 1999 we went from Kalbarri to Karratha on the Variety Club Bash.
Variety Club Bash, yeah.
Yeah, so
we entered a Mustang, and it was just so good. You know, we started off from Kalbarri and went through all the back streets, as you say.
Back roads.
And got bogged and finished up in Karratha. So that was in 1999. Yeah,
that's right. And we raised just over $10,000 for charity in 2013. It was a big year in 2013. We entered the national concourse, didn't we, Dad?
That's right.
The K-Code Fastback here, and after 11 years of concourse, we won the national event with the Thoroughbred Gold Award. So that was another memorable moment. And to do it with Dad was fantastic, and it's been great. He located a lot of the new old stock and all the parts, and that was a great moment too. So then in December 2014, you can probably see behind us here the Australian Stallion, the Mustang Monthly magazine.
Yeah,
so
there's another one.
That was good to do together. That was a dream come true as well.
That's right.
It's all captured in time, as we say, and the rolling art is photographed and out there now for everyone to look at and see in Mustang Monthly magazine. And thanks to Francis Andrich for all the fantastic photos and doing that for us. That was a busy weekend, wasn't it, Dad?
Very busy weekend.
I think one of the other memorable moments is our 50th anniversary. Do you want to tell us a bit about that, Dad, in 2021?
2021 we had a party here sort of thing, open house, had all the Mustangs out the front and invited people along, and it was just a real good show. Yeah, no, it went over really well. So it was just one of those great times. After 50 years, it was quite a good thing.
Yeah, a lot of people from the past, wasn't there, Dad?
Yeah, a lot of people from the past turned up, you know, we met over the years and see how it's evolved from the backyard at home to what it is today.
And all the customers had their cars here, and it's become an annual event for us now. But it's ongoing, it's great. So to continue this show every January, so it's good. But thanks, Dad, for the great memories, and may the journey continue.
That's right, yeah, that's right.
Dad pioneered it, and I'll be taking it over. And
we'll
be
take
carrying it on with all his knowledge and skills that he's passed on to me. And I'm a very lucky son, and it's been fantastic, Dad.
Yeah, you've been number one.
It's been great.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dad.
Awesome, thanks for sharing that with us, guys. Appreciate it.
No worries. Thank you, Dan.
All right, Vince, so we're here to talk about your Mustang now. So this is a daily drive car, I believe, this one?
It is, Dan, yes.
Yeah. So how long have you had this one?
Since 1988.
Okay.
I purchased it on one of my trips to America, and it was advertised in the Auto Trader in California, and I thought, this looks really nice. It's all in its original condition, and I thought, this is the one, I'll ship it back to Perth.
And so you eyed this one off for yourself personally, or
Yep.
were you importing it to sell originally, or
No,
anything like that?
I imported it myself because it's just the colour got me in, and also the contrast of the trim. It was all just well presented, and I thought, I can work on this one.
So what colour is it? It's a really nice colour.
It's
Particularly in the sun, it really pops, doesn't it?
It's night mist blue.
Okay.
Very rare colour. It's sort of not in that many Mustangs sort of had it back in those days. But I noticed the Falcon used to have it as well back in the XP. That was something I did notice. I thought it just looked more executive style.
You said that this was original. Have you restored this in any way since you've had it?
Yes, we firstly got it painted by Bodycraft in Darren Turner did that.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had the motor trim done by Myrie Trimmers in Myrie.
Yep.
The motor had to be done.
Yep.
So Paul, being a mechanic, he said, I'll supervise this side of it.
Yep.
And he did it with Service Automotives in Myrie.
And you've gone back to the factory colours and everything in this
That's
one?
right, everything was factory colours, factory trim. And one little thing we did put on it was the light that lights up the horse.
Oh,
in the
okay,
grill.
nice. Yeah.
And the lights on there, that were the extra put on. And also when the personalised plates come out, I decided I'd have Mr. Mustang.
Well, why not?
Yeah, that's right.
So what condition was it in when you got it? Was it rusty?
It was
was
drivable condition. It was a blue plate car from California, and it was just drive quite well. You know, it was an A code V8, which is a 4-barrel. So it wasn't sort of high performance like the K code, but this was just as I thought it'd be, and I just liked this one being automatic, C4 transmission, and the normal 3-to-1 differential, which is a nice cruiser, and that's how I loved it. Built for cruising.
All right, so I've noticed this one's the right-hand drive, so you would have had to have that converted, being a car out of the States, I imagine?
Yes, it's over 30 odd years ago, you wouldn't be able to get a car licence without it being right-hand drive.
Yeah.
So we had to get it done, and it was done by a chap called Ron Tarbotton at Alexander Bridge, that's south of Margaret River. We had to take it down there because he was actually one of the first with our friend Terry Priestley that he used to work for.
Yep.
He doing the only people in Perth that used to do left to right hand conversion. So I engaged him. I had to take it down there and give it to him, and he got it all back for me. And then we started doing a bit of restoration over the years.
Yep. So with the conversion, like the steering box and all that kind of stuff, you would have had to have sourced new bits and pieces.
Yeah, went in XF power steering, which was a good combination. Went straight in. It was no problem. We had to get XW, XY tie rod ends. And a little few bits and pieces, but that was about it.
Okay. So pretty straightforward conversion really once the column was in place.
That's right, It's an A-code motor and it had disc brakes, everything was all right.
So how long did it take you to sort it all out then once it landed here in Australia?
It landed here, I think we licensed it in 1989. That's when it happened. We sort of worked on it for about 12 months and got things how we wanted it. You know, we had to sort of line up for conversions because he was one of the best people that converted it. He knew all about them because that's how he sort of grew up with them. You had to take your turn when you wanted a conversion done. You had to book in.
Yep. Yeah, well, I guess they would have been bringing probably a few more of American cars over here back in the day.
Yeah, back in those days they had to be converted. You were never licensed on Australian roads. And when the law did change, or the policy changed with the government, every other state in Australia followed WA. So they could leave them left.
So you've got the original wheels on here, so the pressed steel wheels.
Styled steel wheels, which was an option on them. That was one instead of the hubcap.
Yep.
And that seemed to be a much better and nicer wheel that was designed for this car.
Yeah, definitely. And were they on it from factory, those ones, or was they something that
it came only with the hubcaps. So I thought I'd got the styled steel wheel just to make it a little more deluxe.
So really you've just made this one to suit yourself?
That's right. It is. It's just sort of, I did it and this is just worth doing something with it because the colour was right, everything, the combination was right when I first saw it, and I thought, I'm going to have that.
Yep, spot on. And yeah, that's all you need, isn't it, with these old cars? You just got to love it.
That's right. As long as you like it and it suits you,
yep,
that's the way to go.
All right. Well, I reckon we should probably pop the bonnet and we'll have a look at what's going on under there.
Okay, no worries, Dan.
All right, mate. So looks very tidy under here.
Very tidy, yeah,
Yeah.
that's it, yep.
So obviously you guys went through the whole thing when you did the resto?
And the resto, that's
Yeah.
right, pulled it out and the motor was done up and it was all sort of painted blue, which is the correct colour for this one.
Yeah, and this is a 289 as well, this one?
289 4-barrel, that's
Yep.
correct. And one little thing I like to add, it's got the export brace on there,
Okay.
which when they were made, they only had two little small ones and they used to twist and then they used to break the tower off.
Okay.
And that was a factory recall back then on all of them that fit 65 through to 70. And to put that on, it strengthened up the front end.
Yeah, wow.
That was one thing, but a lot of people didn't go back and to get it done. When there's a factory recall, people sort of can't be bothered, and that's what happened. And a lot of them used to crack the tower down there. Consequently, I sold a lot of export braces.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And another little fault was it with the radiators when they went to California. They only installed two row, and one little thing, they had both outlets on the same side, and because of the water pump.
Oh, okay.
And that caused
so
it
it
when you
wouldn't
pull
flow
up-
properly through the radiator.
That's right, it wasn't
Yeah.
flowing properly, and when it pulled up at the lights, the needle used to go up on the temperature gauge. When you took off, it came back down because the water was only going from there to there
Yeah.
when it should be moving across
The
flow.
whole radiator, yeah.
That's right. So that was one fault they did,
Okay.
and the rectifier put a 3-row in, and that fixed it.
Yep. So you didn't need to have the hoses from
No,
both sides. That
no,
was enough to
It was enough
cool
to
it
fix
down.
that down. And we sort of designed a baffle that went inside that radiator
Yep.
to make sure that the water flowed across.
So when you rebuilt the motor, did you just keep it pretty standard?
Yeah, all stock standard.
Okay.
Yep, yeah. Paul put his effort into that and did that just nice. He was the apprentice back then, and he thought this would be one of his first motors he built.
And if it's still running today, that's pretty
Still
good.
running today, yeah, that's right, and it was done back about 89.
And what gearbox and diff have you got running behind
It's
this?
got a C4 transmission, automatic,
Yep.
and the differential is a 3-to-1, which is a nice cruising car.
Okay. Yeah. And you've got the original. You've got the
Original stickers,
stickers
on
and
the
bits and
that's
pieces
right,
on
yeah,
here
that's
as
there
well,
About
just
the
to-
radiator,
Yep.
about the battery, and the service, and the front of the radiator, and also the air cleaner. It's 289 4V,
Yep.
and the auto light on the back. That's how they were when they came out.
Yeah, and that's the original big factory air box, I would imagine, because that's how they were back in the day.
That's how they were in their days. That's correct.
Yeah. And the
Washer bag.
yeah.
That's the original, one of the original ones. They've reproduced those, and the washer, as the turn the wiper switch on, give it a bit of a pull, and it washes the window.
Yeah, no, perfect. And it's interesting that they were like a bag back then. It
That's
wasn't-
right. That's the
it was,
bag. Then they went to a plastic bottle.
Yeah, yeah,
Now they've reproduced that as a Ford part.
no, lovely. No, again, like you guys don't miss much, do you? When it
No,
comes
when
to
it comes down to detail, you've got to get it right.
yeah, no, spot on, spot on. All right, let's mosey on around and have a look at the interior.
Okay, very good, Dan.
Wow, very tidy, mate.
Thank you, Dan. Yep.
Yeah. Like I say, it's just built for cruising, isn't it? Like it's a lot more, Paul's Mustang's a bit more racy. This one's a bit more cruisy, isn't it?
It's more cruisy, and that's why I like it. Just something that's nice and looks good.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
And the blue shimmery trim.
That's right. Yeah,
Um,
that's the trim that was originally in it, and we actually got new seats and retrimmed it with the buttons in the back and the bottom.
Yep.
And the blue, and it was just everything went back into place.
Yeah.
One little touch we did to it, we put this hump hugger, they call it,
Okay.
that went over the top of the console.
Yep.
That's one thing we did, and also we fitted a Bluetooth AM/FM radio,
Okay.
which they've reproduced.
Yep.
And also one little touch that I wanted to do with it was to make the lights here, the gauges, I put white background on them.
Okay.
There
Yeah.
were stickers that went over the top and you could read them better.
Yep.
That's one little thing I did.
So they were blackface
And
originally.
Blackface, that's
yep,
originally,
and
that's
you've
right,
turned
they changed them to
whiteface, yeah.
white face, which is a bit of a nice touch because you can read them much easier.
Yeah, just a nice little feature,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah. And also one thing we got here is got the original keys that came with the car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you've
Is
never
it not-
replaced the barrel
no,
or anything?
No, just a nice little touch.
Now, I've noticed, what are these little badges you got up here? Are they
They were
anything to do
just,
with anything? Or?
St. Christopher.
Yep.
and that was sort of protection when you drive it.
Yeah, fair enough.
That was sort of a bit of a religious thing, that wasn't.
Yeah.
So I got given to him as a present, so I just want to put them on the dash.
Your hood lining's perfect.
Yeah, that's all good. Yeah, that's how it was.
Yeah.
And we put a night and day mirror on it, so you got a night driving and day driving.
Okay, yeah, you can flick it.
Flick it round. That was another option that we put on it.
So was that a Ford factory option then?
It was a Ford factory you could get, and I thought that come in the deluxe model, and I thought that'll be just nice to have one of those.
Yeah.
It's a bigger mirror, the other one's a bit smaller.
Yeah, okay.
And one good thing is we've got Elvis at the back.
Yeah, I noticed Elvis. Yeah, does he dance when you drive?
That's right, he mows around.
Yeah, no, awesome. No, great. So you get out in this thing cruising?
Yeah, every now and again we pull it out and go for a bit of a run it and put it back in there, because it's a very good sales thing for having a car in the shop.
Yep.
Because people come in and they say, oh, how does that fit up with that?
Yeah.
So I show them how to do it, and they said, oh, this is good. I can look at how mine's going to go back together.
Yeah, you've got an example here.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
And I guess being Mr. Mustang, you've got to have a Mustang.
That's right.
Everything would have been done in here, carpet, the whole lot.
That's a new carpet, the lot back, that's right.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we got the original mats on it, which it came with Ford. They got the horses on the mat, and the rubber was the most popular one, because the carpet sort of gets the dust and dirt in it.
It's the original steering wheel again.
That's it, yeah, original steering wheel.
They're actually quite nice, the Mustang wheels, aren't
Yeah,
they?
the blue, that's right, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the deluxe model a bit more involved, but this one's just nice.
Yeah, this must be great to just get out and go for a cruise in.
It is, yep, it's just nice, and you get lots of looks.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Lots of thumbs up.
Yeah. And that's the best thing, isn't it, with these old cars? You know,
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, you're sparking a memory in
That's
someone
right.
you're driving past.
That's right,
Yeah. Well, let's go around and check out the back end and see what's
Okay.
going on over there. Oh, nice. Just nice and tidy again.
Yep, that's it. We've got to keep it real nice.
Yeah.
That's it. They reproduce all this, and the rubber mats have been done, but also the spare wheel cover.
Yep.
Goes there, and a tool bag underneath the spare wheel to keep it right.
Yep. Stop it from moving around.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's sort of all those little extras make the car perfect.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
That's right. And then we got the light for the boot. If you ever break down, you want to get to your spare. There's lights there.
Yeah, it's a nice little touch, that, isn't it?
Oh yes,
I mean-
there's always little extras mean a lot. Once they came, I found out that the accessories that came with the car, I thought I'll go hunting for them.
No, perfect. And you've got the original number plates in here as
Yeah,
well?
original plates, the blue plate from California.
Yeah, so we talked about the black plates before, so were the blue plates just a different era?
That was a different follow-on from the early model black ones,
Yep.
and then it went to blue.
Okay.
And then I think after that they went to white. This is an accessory that came out back in the 60s
Yep.
for the Mustang, and I hunted around to try and find one that I could get it reproduced. So we sent it off to Taiwan, people over there got it, reproduced it, they came back, and now they've sort of taken off. I can sell them here
Okay.
because they don't make them anymore. And that was just sort of a little bit more, to add a bit more chrome on it.
Yep.
It's a stainless steel, and just no drilling any holes, it just cap come off, it just went in the same place, back it went on.
So is that something you could sell back to the American market then if
That's
they're
right,
not
well,
making them anymore?
That's right, that's what we did. When they sort of weren't available anymore, we got the people in America to sort of organise it, and they said, right, we're going to reproduce them for you.
Yep, perfect.
But anything that come up that I think is going to be a goer,
Yep.
give it to the people in America, and they send them off to Taiwan to their factory over there and reproduce it. And the other little touch is the exhaust coming out of the tray. That's actually a GT option. I just thought it was nice to have that, being the pipes coming through
Coming
the back
through
panel.
the beaver panel, yeah.
That's it, yeah, they're not sort of hanging down like, so I thought that's one thing we did.
And I noticed they've got the little louvers in there too to,
That's right,
to
yeah.
point the
That's
exhaust
right.
down toward the road.
Yeah, that's it, that's how it
Yeah.
was.
So
And
that's something that was factory as well then? That
yeah,
was
that's
a Ford
factory,
thing
that's
as
factory,
well?
they were
Okay.
Ford things, that's right. You sort of put your own little touch on it when you like something that's as nice as this one.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Absolutely.
And another little thing that I wanted to point out was the indicators. They were used as backup lights, and they were clear. But to make it more safety conscious, we decided we'd make amber ones, which we produced, and they go amber on the backup as well as amber on the indicators.
Okay.
Normally the indicators are back in here. If the sun's in the wrong place, they could cause an accident, you know, because you got your foot on the brake and the one's blinking, no one knows what you're doing. They changed the rules, and we put them down there, and it was just such a good idea for them.
No, and for the Australian market, that's a perfect touch because they need you need the amber.
That's right.
Ones
So
out,
people
yeah.
know where you're going then.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Oh, perfect, mate. Awesome. All right, Paul, Vince, thanks so much for having Aussie Garage out to, first of all, tour the shop we did last week, and now to see your two amazing Mustangs, which are absolutely awesome. So thanks so much for having us out. We really appreciate it. And yeah, we hope to see you guys around the traps heaps more.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dan.
Thanks
Phil.
very much, Dan. Yeah.
It's been an excellent experience, and can highly recommend Aussie Garage, and we've thoroughly enjoyed the filming and the experience with you guys.
Well, I'm glad you have, because it's an amazing story you guys have. Vince being in the industry for so long as you have, and all the rest of it, you growing up with that in your backyard, that sort of thing.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys have got an amazing story, and I'm so glad to have coaxed it out of you guys.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thanks
It's
so
been
much,
a
Dan.
great experience.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dan.
Thanks, Dan.
Thanks,
All the
man.
best.
Thank you.
Take care.
Cheers.
That's great. Thank you.